I don't know about you, but I often hear that you got to set big, audacious goals to be successful. You need to have a clear, concrete goal to know what you're aiming for and then go after it at all costs. So I used to think that I need to set goals to be successful, and I think you certainly can. It can be a viable way to set a clear path for yourself and to know where you're going. But I'm also here to tell you that I don't think you necessarily need goals in your life to move forward and to do some really great things. So when I was a shot putter, professional shot putter for Germany, my big goal was to try to make it to the Olympic Games. So that was kind of my sole focus. That's what I oriented my life towards, and that's what I tried to go for. But I also realized later on that I think the Olympics wasn't necessarily even what I was that interested in. I was just much more curious of what my body was capable of, who I can become in the process, and just finding out what I'm physically and mentally capable of and how far I can throw the shot. So I think that was the essence of really what I was trying to do. And the Olympics kind of became the embodiment of that. Now that I've moved out of my athletic career, I often wonder, what are my goals in life? And do I really even need goals to still make some great progress, to be successful, and to really move in the direction I want to? So I think instead of thinking around goals, I personally find it much more useful to think about direction and habits. So what is the general direction you want to go towards, and what are the habits and the day-to-day actions that you can implement to move the dial closer to where you want to go? For me, a rigid, really concrete goal, honestly, I feel like takes a bit of freedom away from me. Setting goals doesn't really resonate with me. I don't know if it ever really resonated with me that much, but it certainly doesn't resonate with me as much anymore now. So now what I try to do is I set a general direction of where I want to go, something that excites me, something that I'm passionate about, and I use that as my compass to orient my actions towards. And then I think around, what are the daily actions that I can take? What are the habits? What are the processes I can implement to get closer to that? And also, when you think around doing anything for a really long time, be it physical activity, be successful in whatever endeavor you desire, I think the process should be an infinite one. It's something you can always get better at. It's something you can always improve at, and you're always going to figure out so much along the way. So I think setting goals can be useful, and you can always reevaluate, readjust, and set new goals. But I also think you don't necessarily even need to set goals. I think if you just have a direction and then encompass this mindset of just wanting to get better, wanting to improve, wanting to learn, and wanting to pursue what excites you and get better at your craft and really push hard in whatever you're doing in life, I don't think you need a concrete goal to really be successful. So focusing much more on your daily actions and the processes and learning to enjoy the process, really owning the process and becoming passionate about all the things you're doing, I think is much more important than actually the goal at hand. So when you think about that, for example, I was able to lose almost 30 kilos of body weight in a span of about 12 months. After I stopped my shot putting career, I knew I wanted to get leaner, I wanted to feel better. I still had a huge passion for training, but I never really set a concrete goal of where I wanted to land at. I mean, I had a general ballpark. I wanted to get down like close-ish to 100 kilos. I'm 105 kilos now, and I started at around just over 130 kilos. But I never really set a concrete goal of where I wanted to go towards. And I never set a timeline in what I wanted to achieve that in, etc. I just knew I had a general direction. I wanted to get leaner. I wanted to feel better. I still wanted to train. I still want to have fun training, really pursue my passions, explore different movements, and things like that. So I just went about it that way. I started reducing my calories. I started moving a lot more and just kind of figuring out a lot more about how my body works, trying to figure out how I can kind of dial down my hunger signals, etc., and implemented different strategies to figure out something that really fits with my lifestyle, that resonates with me, that's enjoyable, and something that I can do day to day, be very consistent with. Because the biggest thing of doing anything really worthwhile in your life and changing something and being successful, you have to be consistent at implementing the little things day after day. So yeah, in the end, I was able to lose almost 30 kilos in about 12 months. I'm done 105 now from over 130 without ever setting clear goals. And I think that this mindset of just setting a direction and then focus on the habits can be applied to anything you want to do. So I really want to share this message that I don't think you necessarily need goals. You certainly can if you want to. But I think the beautiful thing about not setting goals, at least for me personally, is that you have a lot more freedom to explore, freedom to adjust. I honestly think when I think about goals, they're a little too rigid for me. They kind of put me in a little box. And honestly, then if you don't get to those clear goals, I think can also set you up for failure and kind of impede your further progress after that if you don't know how to handle that properly. And then mindset wise, I think it's just much more useful, at least once again for me personally, to not think around goals, to just think about processes and direction. So I just want to invite you to expand your thinking that way too. If you're someone that feels like they have to set goals, but it really doesn't resonate with you, just feel free not to. Pursue a different route, kind of expand your mindset just to think about the processes. And don't worry about if you don't have a clear goal. Just set a direction, set something you're passionate about, and go after that. And do the little things day after day. Push hard, be consistent with whatever you need to do. And over time, I think you'll be able to move the dial closer and closer to that. And when you think about doing this for a long time, and the concept of infinite strength and the infinite mindset that I'm trying to portray, I think it resonates much more with me not to set goals, to just embrace the infinite process of life, just to get better, to pursue different things that excite you, to keep learning, and just be open and free and to explore different things. You can kind of go different directions from time to time, but overall embracing the mindset of just pursuing joy and excitement in your life, and just wanting to learn and wanting to get better with whatever you're doing, and especially in the physical realm when it comes to training, building muscle, losing fat, getting stronger, etc. So if any of this resonated with you, and if you're currently in a spot you don't know how to set your goals anymore, you don't know what you want to do with your life, how to kind of keep moving forward, you're still ambitious and want to get better, but you feel a little bit lost. And if any of this resonated with you and you need help with your training, with your nutrition, get stronger, build muscle, lose fat, whatever, feel free to reach out. I have a wealth of knowledge and personal experience that I've accumulated over the years. I continue to learn, I continue to get better, and just really want to share my excitement for training, share my desire and passion to really explore physical ability in all sorts of different forms, and just really be excited about life and movement and strength and everything that comes with that. So feel free to reach out to me on Instagram, leave a comment here on the video, like and subscribe. Also feel free to book a call through the Calendly link that I put down in the video description down here. And just once again, remember, you don't need to set goals, just focus on the habits and processes and just the general direction you want to go towards. I think you'll have much more joy, follow your excitement, get better, keep learning, and let's get after it. Enjoy the mindset of infinite strength, and let's all get better together. Let's go.